this next little phase of releases, I feel like I kind of caught a stride that didn't last. If that makes sense. I think it was like glimpses of what I would be capable of in a more focused moment. Um, and then it kind of went away for a bit, and then I was able to recapture it. But it started off with the back road. So I'm still, mind you, I'm still in I'm trying to release one project every month, um, kind of mindset. So uh, the back road was made, I'm pretty sure, after Nipsey Hussle had passed away. I'm yes, 100% it was after Nipsey had passed away, because I remember doing an homage called "Hustle Up" on the album. So this this project, it did feel like a level up, and it felt very well rounded. Obviously, like all of my projects, I'm able to look at them and be critical of them in an objective manner. There was some stuff that, yes, I could have improved upon. Yes, I could have changed. But overall, compared to a lot of what I had done in the past, this was a much better step in the right direction, to where I want it to be. So I had already began studying more about hip hop and like older artists in R&B, hip hop, a lot of the greats that had done stuff. So I this was around that time that I had been doing a lot of heavy studying. Um, I've always been a CD collector. Um, I don't have, hundreds and thousands of them like a lot of people, because, you know, I always I was a digital age kid, so I used to have iPods full when I was, Bearshare and LimeWire and stuff like that. So even now, I still keep an old iPhone, um, and I just use it for music. I have it with thousands and thousands of songs, and a lot of albums I do still have CDs of, and some vinyl, some cassette tapes, some 8 tracks, um, lots of music collecting. So I was going back and I was listening and I was studying avidly. So I end up doing, I can't remember which song it is off the top of my head. Um, Forgive me, it's like thousands of songs that I've done at this point, and I get mixed up title wise until I hear it. But I remember doing a Bone Thugs and Harmony homage, and that was the style of delivery I took for a hook. And this project, it was a lot of that. It was a lot of exploring and trying to do new things, but also doing it in as clean of a way as I could at the time. One of the songs, I can't remember which one, but I do remember while I was working on that album, I was in the parking lot of the grocery store in my neighborhood, and I was in the parking lot maybe like an hour after I got off work, just writing, because sometimes it helped for me not to be home. Um, I write some of my best when I'm on the move or when I'm in the car. Like if I'm in the passenger seat ever and I get the chance to just write, it helps me a lot, because I'm moving. A lot is passing by my window. I'm able to, like, it helps my ideas stay in motion when I'm in the car sometimes. So a lot of songs I do write just in the car on the go, or I'll drive somewhere um, that I'm not normally at, just to have a change of scenery, just to write for a little bit and kind of, let my mind wander. Um, there was also another song on there. Mind you, I'm still working with kids at this point. I'm in the education system. And one of the students, for whatever reason, she decided to take my notebook, and she was reading it. And she goes, I don't think this is appropriate for children. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I don't. do things that aren't appropriate for everyone of all ages to listen to. And the song she was talking about was one where it was a girlfriend that had committed a crime. And the hook is from the girlfriend's perspective, watching the sand in the hourglass, time's ticking by, she can't escape, she's got to face the consequences of her actions. But I didn't have anyone to sing that hook for me. And around this time, I was very big on not waiting for anybody to help me. If I reached out and I asked for help and nobody was available, I wasn't going to cry about it. I was just going to get it done. So I did the hook, but the hook is from the girlfriend's perspective, and the verses were from the boyfriend's perspective, where he was addressing what she did and the crime she committed, and all of it being rooted in jealousy and misunderstanding and things like that. So she was reading that and was like, oh, I don't think this is appropriate for children. And I was like, yeah. Your parents, the stuff that they let you watch and do on TikTok and everything else, it's beyond me. I've caught those kids looking at twerking videos in the lunchroom before, so they don't get to tell me, oh, your story. But it's basically an episode of like First 48, and they're going to be like, oh, no, it's not appropriate for kids. But whatever. They were funny. Loved them to death. So after all of that, I'm sitting with the finished album and I'm like, okay, what am I going to name it? So I didn't have the name after I finished the project. I end up deciding on the Backroad because, like everything else, my entire career and everything that I've accomplished has basically been from the Backroad that I grew up on. And I wanted to, kind of immortalize that in a way. So I took some pictures of the land across from us that I always see every day when I'm in my house. There's a house there now. So, I literally have a piece of, immortalized history from this area before something was done to it. And I took a picture, like a long shot of the actual road itself. And I decided on the title, The Backroad, and everything, and the rest was history. Overall, I try not to get into like numerical ratings for my projects. It's either, I feel like I did a good job, or I feel like I have room to improve, or I feel like I didn't do a good job. And this one was, I feel like I did a good job, but I had room to improve. So I'll play one of the songs from The Backroad as I transition into talking about the next project, which was the Bell Jones project.
Yeah, look, this year please don't test me. Shots fired, now they probably gonna arrest me. Good health, thank God that he blessed me. Ain't too many people left that impress me. I'm building things all on my own, cause my circle shaping into things I don't condone. Look, I don't care if you grown, respect your mama, cause today she here and next she gone. Call your pops, clear up any hostility that you harbored inside. Then free your mind. Love ain't impossible, it just take time. Nowadays everybody's self-centered. Post a couple pictures, but don't forget the filter. Time getting short, I'm only focused on love. Rest in peace to my family up above. I know they got a price on me. They can look, but they not gon' see everything I did for my hometown. They would rather take my life from me. I know they got a price on me. They can look, but they not gon' see everything I did for my hometown. They would rather take my life from me. Kids getting killed in the streets. Police don't even show their face while we can't even sleep. Yeah, what's a wolf to a sheep? When you start to unify, it probably ended defeat. He outnumbered, outwilled, and outmatched. I thought of throwing subliminals, but you wouldn't catch. Make a meal, and then I give it all back. Big dreams, not for me, I'm off that. Yo, Cam, you been missing for a while. I was cultivating peace, I just finished the trial. It's back to Foot on your neck with all my lessons. Next moves, I'm letting them know, but keeping them guessing. If you see, it's only cause I wanted it. Gotta hustle up, cause I might be lacking confidence. Things in my life remain a secret, never flaunting it. Murdered the beat and brought it back, and now I'm haunting it. I know they got a price on me. They can look, but they not gon' see everything I did for my hometown. They would rather take my life from me. I know they got a price on me. They can look, but they not gon' see everything I did for my hometown. They would rather take my life from me. Hustle up, even when nobody else see it. Even when nobody else believe it. Hustle up, even when it seems too hard. It's a reason that you came this far. Hustle up, even when nobody else see it. Even when nobody else believe it. Hustle up, even when it seems too hard. It's a reason that you came this far. I know they got a price on me. They can look, but they not gon' see everything I did for my hometown. They would rather take my life from me. I know they got a price on me. They can look, but they not gon' see everything I did for my hometown. They would rather take my life from me.
The Bell Jones Project is, in my opinion, easily bottom 3 projects I ever did, right? Not because of the idea or anything like that. Just if I'm talking about the quality of the songs on that project, I don't think I did a good job here. It was supposed to be a way for me to raise money for the Bell Jones Foundation. The Bell Jones Foundation is a charity that me and my mom created in memory of her parents. Over time, the Bell Jones Foundation turned into the 1033 Foundation, but we decided to keep the Bell Jones part in memory of them, and we did the Bell Jones Scholarship. So the 1033 Foundation gives out the Bell Jones Scholarship. And the Bell Jones Scholarship was a $500 scholarship to a graduating senior, graduating high school senior. I wanted to release this project for a number of reasons. 1, to raise money for the scholarship. 2, because my mom was also graduating college around this time. She had given up a lot to raise me and my sisters, and she didn't get the chance to go back and finish. She went back when I was young, but she wasn't able to finish. My grandmother, her mother, ended up getting sick, and she just, it was a lot. She wasn't able to go to school and focus on school, so she withdrew, and she worked and she took care of her mom, and obviously she took care of me. And I just wanted to do something that kind of was in honor of, my grandparents and in support of my mom. So I did not make $500 off of the Bell Jones Project at all. So I ended up coming out of pocket for that $500 because it's something that I wanted to do. Education has been so important to my family for years, both sides of my family, but especially my mom has, a real soft spot for education. And, I think I inherited that as well, where regardless of what it is, right, whatever it is you want to do, education is very important. I'm not going to say you have to go to college or you have to do this or have to do that, but education in and of itself is important. Even if you don't aspire to attain the degrees or the certifications or anything like that, just being educated has always been very important to me. So I wanted to do what I could to contribute to that. The problem was not so much what the project meant to me. It was more how I executed it. So I mentioned before, I think, I never knew how to use auto-tune like that. It wasn't something that I was familiar with. So all my vocals on everything during this whole time were just not pitch corrected. There was no melodyne. There was no what tuning. Nothing. It was just whatever my voice could do. That's all I did. Obviously I mixed and I edited and I mastered things and stuff, but I just if I couldn't sing it well, I did the best I could because I had the idea and I wanted the idea to come out. And I feel like that was very evident because the entirety of the Bell Jones project is more of a pop album. Don't get me wrong. I like the direction that I went with a lot of the songs in terms of like subject matter and production and things like that. Cause I did self-produce at least one song on Bell Jones project. There was a lot of things that I did enjoy about it, and I can listen to the songs as they come on if I'm in the car or whatever, and I'll be like, oh man, I have a soft spot in my heart for all of my songs. Most all of my songs. Some of them I can't stand. But yeah, I do look back at it and I'm like, man, if I was able to do that now, I could do so much better. But I always give myself the grace of that was the trial and error. And somewhere in the future, I'm going to be able to execute this style of song with these same techniques better. Yeah, it was a great project that I was able to latch on to emotionally. But like I said, in terms of the actual skill set, I don't think it was there. But in the end, it worked out well because I did end up making a few dollars from the Bell Jones project, and we were able to award a student in Texas, I believe. We were able to award him a $500 scholarship. It's not a lot. It's not much, but you never know what helps when it comes to children trying to go to college or seek higher learning, or maybe they just needed the $500 for something else. Didn't matter. They went through the application process. I partnered up with a company. I can't remember the company's name, but I partnered up with a company. We had to go through and read all the applications, and I think we ended up reading maybe 200 or 300 different applications from students across the United States. And that young man that won the scholarship, he was just excellent student. My sisters, and well, I don't think my youngest sister was able to help. I don't know if she was already in college at this time, or if she was still in high school. Either way, my middle sister, she helped. She had some free time. I think she was in college also. But she had some free time and she was able to help me. My mom was able to help me look through them all. And we kind of went through all the applications and set aside the ones where we were like, okay, yeah, this is a really great student. And we looked at their references and their, I can't think of what it's called. Their volunteer hours and things like that. And we made the decision that we felt was best. The part that did hurt my feelings a bit was there was nobody from my local high schools that applied for that scholarship at all. I sent the email out to all of the principals, to all of the schools in my area, and I asked them to, make sure this information got passed to the graduating seniors. I word of mouth, I told a lot of the seniors as I saw them, whether, I was at one of my dad's games and I was just letting them know, or see somebody passing by in the grocery store that I knew. Yeah, but that hurt my feelings a bit. Not like, oh, boo-hoo, sad, but it was just kind of disappointing because I would have loved to have given it to somebody from one of my local high schools. But unfortunately, I guess, I'm not going to place the blame on the children completely. I'm sure some of the blame can be placed on the administration that didn't pass the information along. But if I recall correctly, there was at least one student. So not no students. There was one student from, I believe it was Dixon. And she applied and she did make it into the top 5 of the finalists when we were going through and reading over those applications. But nobody from the school that I grew up next to. I didn't attend that school because I did early college and went to another school, but still, I consider it my home school. My parents went to that school. My sisters went to that school. You know, everybody went to that school. So even some of my cousins that were graduating, and obviously we would have had to have somebody else review it. We would have had to have a non-biased party come on and review those applications if any of my cousins would have applied. But none of my cousins even applied for it. I did get a call, an angry call from someone who I will not name, and they fussed me out because it didn't go to one of their kids. And I asked them, I said, did your child do the application for the scholarship? And they said they shouldn't have to because of certain circumstances. And that's when I was like, oh, okay. Sometimes the things that you want to do because you want to help, they're not going to be, the people closest to you are not going to be the ones that help you bring those things to fruition. So in this situation, it was that young man from Texas that won. And, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. So let me play a song from the Bell Jones Project, and then I'll transition into the next album, which is one of my personal favorites, The Bottom. And we'll do that right after I play one of these songs.
Sprinkling some chocolate for me. Sprinkling some chocolate for me. Skin like milk and honey. Sunlight bouncing off of my queen. Skin like milk and honey. Ooh. Sprinkling some chocolate for me. Sprinkling some chocolate for me. Skin like milk and honey. Sunlight bouncing off of my queen. Skin like milk and honey. Sprinkling some chocolate for me. Skin like milk and honey. Sunlight bouncing off of my queen. Sprinkling some chocolate for me, baby.
The Bottom was not set up to be just a traditional album, like the majority of my others, right? I'm still in that mindset of I need to do a project every month, but I had an idea and I wanted to switch it up a little bit. So all of us are familiar with the Jordan Peele horror movies. At the time, I think I had already watched Get Out, and I think Us had just released. So horror was on my mind, right? So as I'm working on this project, it starts out as an audio film, similar to what I did with The Last Son, Golden Heart, Sunchild, where it's just, audio film, audio story. And I wanted to tell a story through the songs. Now, like I said, I had done this in the past and it did not turn out well. So this time I wanted to make sure my focus was on the songs first. And then I went back and added in, once I knew the track listing, once I knew all the songs that were going to be on the project fully, then I went back and added in all the storytelling aspects. So the storyline of The Bottom started out as a I can't think of what they're called, but essentially just like black horror films, right? It wasn't like a traditional, like I wanted it to be of the same vein as the Jordan Peele movies. Cause again, I see something and I'm inspired by it and I'm like, hey, I love that idea. I would love to have something like that for myself. And I wanted to put my own spin on that. So it followed a character named Jesse Waynes, right? And he was a young man that was returning to his hometown after being off and away at college and working, right? And he meets his childhood best friend. They're basically family, black folks, Southern folks. We got a lot of play cousins. So it's like, hey, I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. What's good? Blah, blah, blah. So they reconnect in the hometown, right? In that little neighborhood of theirs called The Bottom, right? And The Bottom, the title, I got that from the bottom where, my family grew up, right? So I always try to weave in like personal aspects from my life into all of my creations and storytelling and albums and stuff. If anybody ever reads the Kieran books, there's lots of references to just people and places relevant to my personal life. But I digress on Kieran because this is about The Bottom. So Jesse and his childhood friend DP, his name is Daryl Prince Jr. They are heading back to their neighborhood because it's summertime, school's out. They're supposed to be having cookouts, parties, festivities, yada yada yada. And during this whole, like, I'm pretty sure, because I used to have it written down somewhere, but I never went through it the whole, like, because I wanted to do this as an actual short film one day. But obviously, life happens and I just set stuff aside sometimes. And it was going to be like they end up back in their neighborhood, the bottom, and they uncover like the dark secrets of the neighborhood and stuff, and how the neighborhood is actually alive and it keeps people there. Like, it keeps people from growing and aspiring to do better. And it just keeps pulling them back in and pulling them back in, whether it's from like hallucinations and messing with people's minds to like trick them into staying and stuff like that. Whether it's using the police unknowingly, the police are victims of the neighborhood as well, used as enforcers to keep people there. Like, I had this whole idea like written out and planned out somewhere. And at that age, I don't think I would have been able to fully flesh it out the way I wanted to. But I would love the opportunity to be able to work with somebody in the future and bring that idea to life. Because as much as I love music, I love storytelling as well. And I want to have, cartoons. I want to have books. I want to have comic books. I want to have films. Like, there's so much I want to do in the landscape of art, media. And, I just pray that I'm blessed enough to be able to see all of those things come to fruition one day. So now, about the music of The Bottom. When it came to the sound that I wanted everything to be like real dark and real gritty and sound like, I wanted it to sound like it was for a horror film, but not in the way of like orchestrated horror. I wanted it to still be hip hop and rap and trap songs, but I wanted the subject matter to feel dark. I wanted the beats to kind of feel a little darker. Like, you would hear it in the background of the film. Like, so the whole time I'm making songs, I'm thinking like, okay, could I hear this song on the big screen, right? In the background as part of a scene or something. Obviously, there's some songs that are made because I was still making an album. And I wanted it to be, fleshed out. But there's a few songs on there where it's like, yeah, I could really hear this one for the scene. So I was making songs with the characters in mind, and some of them get name dropped in songs. So there's some skits in there where you hear the characters talking. And obviously, like I said before, I did not have the luxury of waiting for people to decide to help me if they wanted to that time or not or whatever. So I voiced everybody myself. And same issue that I run into with a lot of my projects during that time period. It got bloated, and I feel like looking back, I could have took some songs out. Like I mentioned about not knowing how to use tuning properly. There's some singing on there that I definitely could have went without. It's like the song, again, in my head back then, I was like, the song idea is more important than my capability to do it justice. Now I still agree with that to some extent, but I will set a song to the side if I know I have somebody that can do it exactly the way I hear it in my head. Doesn't happen much because I am still very self-sufficient. I don't like to wait for people to help me because I understand people have personal lives and things that they got going on. And when I'm in these creative spurts and I'm like, oh man, I have this idea and I really need help with it, and I need it back in 4 days, right? To me, 4 days is a long time to get something done. But I know that's not the case for a lot of people. Some people need a month. So I try not to put myself in a situation of needing something if I know I'm going to need it soon. So, and back then I would get it done and drop. So I knew that wasn't the time to be waiting on people to assist me with sending in vocals. So Overall, though, the bottom is still one of my favorites, mainly because of how it all turned out. Again, while I do feel like there's a little bit of fat that could have been trimmed off, overall, this album to me still stands in my, I'll say top 15 just to be generous. I would say top 10, but I have so many projects that I don't know if I can confidently say top 10. But one of the songs on there is for sure in my top 10. I'll play that one, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I'll look through and I'll see if I'm either going to play that one that I feel is like the most recognized from that album, or maybe I'll play something a little more obscure and, you know, hopefully put somebody on to a song they've never heard before. So either way, wrapping this episode up, and we'll see. I don't know how to wrap these up. So usually I just stop. So I'm just going to stop before I start talking about the next project, which is without a shadow of a doubt my worst project that I've ever created, I think. So yeah, let me play that song and I'll catch you in the next one.
London.
It's on go. It's on go. It's on go. Pull up, go. Pull up. It's on go. Pull up, go. Can't stop, won't stop, let's get it. Every month a new drop, I don't quit it. Heard you got a brand new caddy, you gon' sit it. Heard you got a brand new addy, you gon' send it. Murder on his mind, why the beat knock? I can see it coming, so the heat cop. Kill a couple rappers off a beat block. Don't snitch, so I keep the casket locked. Last week, took a trip to the back road. Told Cam that he gotta let the game go. He bought a ticket off Fandango. Dude weird, but somehow we got him dripping like a mango. Ooh, he said it ain't by the check. Help out the world and make sure you blessed. Yeah, he said in life it's a test. Stress, make sure that you come correct. It's on go. It's on go. It's on go. Pull up, go. Pull up. It's on go. Pull up, go. I'm about to flip 11 herbs. Cole said it, but unfortunately I haven't made 11 birds. I'm about to bake a dozen words. You ain't a rapper, I'ma treat you like the cattle make 11 furs. I've been in my bag, I ain't gotta be. I ain't gotta let another bar come up out of me. You heard a verse, but you left with a lobotomy. You tripping if you think that I be ducking when you spotted me. Dynasty, treated like Khan when you botted me. Dotted me, now I touch gold like a Midas B. Any chance of winning falls short when you minus me. Ask about the camera, I only let my privacy flash. Told them that I gotta push the gas. They wanna know why I never smoke gas. I stop and tell them that I don't need it. I already live my life too fast. It's on go. It's on go. It's on go. Pull up, go. Pull up. It's on go. Pull up, go. Hey, what are you doing, bro? Let's go. Man. You don't see them over there, man? Yeah, I see them, but I'm just trying to say. Do you not see them? Yes, I see them. That's cool. Stay right there then. Stay right there. I'm gone. I'm not messing around. Do you not see them standing over there in the field, bro? Bro, I see them, but I'm just trying. That don't look crazy to you? Yes, but I'm just trying to tell you. It don't make sense. What are you not understanding? I said let's go. I'm trying to tell you that I'm not going nowhere, bro. They not about to run me off my street.